Hey After Effects folks, let's take a look at a classic little comedy effect. The old lightning and skeleton! Okay, so this is a little bit of footage from when I was doing the 22 push-up challenge, and I put a little effect on this to make it look like I've been struck by lightning and added the old comedy skeleton. Okay, so let's just go and let's take a few of these things out. So what we got here, let's get rid of all the footage. Alright, like so. Take this off and we're back to square one with a push-up. Alright, there's me finishing. Okay, so what I want to do, first of all, I want to time remap this layer. So I want it to stop, say there. Okay, and that's going to be when the lightning strikes. So I'm going to go to Layer, Time, Enable time remapping. I'm going to add a keyframe there. I'm going to copy this keyframe, go to the end of the comp and paste it. That will hold that frame. Okay. So, but you may notice of course that it's also stopped this plane in the sky, which is very nicely flying right through this nicely framed object. Very nice of it to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this layer. I'm going to mask the top of this layer, like so, and just take the time remap off. Okay. So now we've got I stay still and the plane keeps going. There it goes. And we can also just hit M twice and just feather the edges of that mask a bit so that those clouds don't have any kind of hard edges. There we are. We've kept our plane flying. All good. Okay, so I'm now going to just take this bottom layer. I'm going to duplicate this again. I'm going to move this up to the top. I'm just going to rename this strike. Okay, this is my strike layer. Just hit the U to see the keyframes. I only want this layer to start here at the keyframes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just take this layer and I'm going to cut it out with a pen tool. I'm going to do this quite quickly, like so. Just quickly draw very rough mask. You can spend more time if you do this for real. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Cutting this out. There we go, that's my big bottom. And okay, it's not the best mask, but we're doing it quickly. Okay, so again, I can press M twice, MM, feather that out a little bit, just to help it blend. And there, that's me doing the push-up. Okay, so I'm now going to go into my project and I've got this skeleton here. Here he is. Drop that on here. Just paste it. And I'm going to just use my rotation tool to rotate this chap around. There we go. And just move it about. Okay, and I'm going to use the puppet pin tool here. Add some points on this, and then I can just manipulate this to kind of match my frame. Add one here. Okay. And I've also got the arm. Drop that in, and I can use the puppet pin on this to get the arm to match up. A few pins. Okay. So I've now got myself a skeleton. I'm just going to trim this so it's all the same length, and I'll take these three and I'll pre-compose these. I'll take these, I'll pre-compose, move them all into, I'll call this skeleton. Okay, there we go. So that's our skeleton, and on this I'm going to add maybe a tritone effect, or maybe even colorama. Well, let's try colorama for a change. Let's try it, why not? And then, oh, that's quite, maybe I'll ramp blue. Pretty good. Solarized blue, let's try that. Oh, that's pretty nice. Okay, I'll blend it a bit. And what else have we got? No, I think I'll go with that. I might just change the blue a little bit. It's maybe a lighter blue. Alright. Okay, so I've made myself blue, and I will also on this I'm going to add a glow effect. So I'll put glow. There it is, glow. I'll put it on the alpha, so I've got the outside. I'll extend the radius, and so we've got this kind of blue glowing. Okay, take the threshold, maybe just put the intensity up, increase the rate. What a nice kind of big radius. Okay, so fit that. So that's my skeleton inside the blue glowing man. So what I need to do now is just make this flash on and off. So I'm going to add the transparency, the opacity, I'll set that to maybe 50. Okay, and then I'm going to alt click on this, I'm going to wiggle it. I'm going to wiggle, say, 25 by, let's do 100. A bit more than I need. Oops. There we go. There we are, so it's now flashing. Okay, and that opacity is just varying to give it that kind of flashing on and off effect. Now on the other one I added some rain, so I'll do a new solid. I'll call this layer rain. Okay, I'll put the rainfall. I could put the CC rainfall on this. And there we go. I can untick composite with original. I can take the size down. Don't want it to be too much. Maybe the speed down. Yeah. Might spread it a bit. Alright, so we've got a bit of rain. Boom. So now we just need a little thunder. So again, I'm going to do a new solid. I'll call this lightning. Add the lightning effect. Spell it right. There we go. There it is. Advanced lightning. Drop that onto here. Okay. So we've got ourselves. So we can choose a start point and an end point for this lightning. So the one I want is strike. Okay, so that means I can just start this layer just before the previous one, the one where I turn blue. Okay, and I'm going to keyframe the direction. So I'll click on here. I'm going to move that just to the top. So that's just out of frame, almost. Add a keyframe, then come forward maybe a couple of frames, and there we go. And have that strike me there. And I can always go into my glow settings, and let's just make it kind of a similar colour. There we go. Alright, and then we can just duplicate this layer, and on this duplicated layer I'll take the origin here, Move it over to this side, and then the direction, just go to the keyframes, there we are. I'll move that one to here, get me on the bottom. Okay, so now we've got, oh, just hit U on that one. That one, that's my. Let's put a keyframe in between to keep it going like that. So what we also need to do is we need to keep this forking animated and the turbulence. So we need to, oh, the conductivity state, there we go. Let's just take that, add a keyframe here, and then go to the end and just move that along. And the same with the other one, conductivity state, add a keyframe, take that, move that along just randomly. That will just keep the lightning. Oh, there we are. Hey. That's it. And we've got ourselves a lightning strike. Hey! Ah! Well, there we go. So that's a little bit of fun with After Effects. Thanks for watching. Cheers!